Welcome back to Creeper World 4. We are gradually moving our way into the center of the galaxy, bit by bit, towards the conclusion of the Farsite Expedition. Shattered is up next. This was once a world. Installing semaphore subsystem that we got in the last map. Reboot complete. Hello, Dr. Seloy. I recognize your facial pattern. However, I do not understand how you can be here. My last record of your existence, what? Segmentation fault rebooting, same message. So clearly the ADA is still broken, and also clearly we're having more time travel machinations by Creeper World, much like we have seen in past games. Obviously, Danu Seloy is recognized from a different time and place. Apparently we'll get more clues about that later. Mother not well, family must work together to heal. Praise be the founders! Okay. Something more practical here from the Sarge. Smaller asteroids absorb Creeper used to advantage. Finish the battle, annihilate remaining enemy Creeper. Okay. So, this is a very large map. Because of that, 3.5 is our shutoff. Again, more Creeper can accumulate. You can get up to 150k on this one. Neatly divided into sides, we have the enemy side, 3 blob nests, a couple spore launchers with 2 each. Eggs are still back as well. And emitter, same strength that we saw last time, mesh protecting it from these outlying islands. And these are all the tiny ones that I'm assuming Sarge was talking about. Then we have some buried urns, some totems, but the totems are not necessary. We just gotta nullify all the enemies and collect the info cache. Green R, more island chains, and then we've got resource terrain and read-on over here where we're clearly going to start. So this is a good map. There's no energy storage to begin with, no boost. So that's a bit of an added difficulty. But a good map to show the priority build smart dispatching issue. So here is our initial build out. We've got redundant towers over here, but it's really fiddly to place all these, so I just set them all out. And watch what happens to the packets dispatching as we begin. So initially they go everywhere. And then they realize we're in deficit. They're going to focus on one tower at a time. And this is what the smart dispatching or priority build does. In previous games, they would just go out to everything at once, all the time. But now they're going to prioritize towers, and then they'll build miners. And only after they have enough energy for all of that will they build other things. They'll also complete one tower before moving on to the next. So, for the most part, this is a better way to do it. You can still get greater efficiency by placing them carefully when they're needed, but it's not the easiest thing to do. You have to pause a lot if you really want to optimize it. And this makes things a lot easier for the great majority of levels. So, next up, we need snipers. And we're going to build a lot of snipers. I want to make sure we have excellent coverage, and of course they won't build these until there is plenty of surplus energy to do so. Let's get covered over here as well. And from where the blobs are, from coming down here, this way is not as likely, but they could sort of shoot this gap. So I'm going to, let's see, what's a good spot? We'll do there. And here. And that really should cover it from everything I can see. We'll also want a cannon on each of these. And hey, we have found the info cache. Those that were once, remains have left, etc. And we have the porter. It's been added to our schematics. Transport energy and other materials to remote locations. Praise be the founders! So this is, in fact, exactly what we need. The game just flat out tells you. Send your porters here to attack. That'll come later, but I really like the porters. They are, I think, functionally better. The name's cooler, but more importantly, functionally better than the Creeper World 3 version, which of course was the Guppies. So now we're beginning to get into these miners. A little over halfway until the blobs begin their push. And starting to dig our way out of the deficit. Think we're about there? Yes, we are. Okay. I want to put up now a factory and a terp. Let's go after grabbing some of those urns reasonably quickly. And I think we have enough energy still. Let's go with a refinery. And the urn portal. We're starting to hear it from the spores. But I'm not of huge concern about them. If any of them land, we'll deal with them with our cannons, and they're not likely to land, because the ones on this map are random targeting, and, well, there's a lot of empty space for them to target. We'll get protection from future bombardments, of course, with our happy missiles. Let's see. And I'll throw another one here just in case. One here, over here, and let's see. Perhaps there, and there. That should be sufficient for this initial area. I think I've got enough energy to throw up some mortars. I'm going to want those too. Dealing with eggs that explode in the void is the main concern there, if they produce too much creeper. So, let's get you over here and start excavating those urns. And I think now we can go with the porters. So each of these transports a specific resource, whatever resource you tell it to. It's important to tell them the right ones. Because, like, let's say, for example, boom, blew that one up. But we were to transport Greenar or Redon over here. Well, that wouldn't do any good. There's no factory to process it. It would just sit there. So you need the refined resources, Arg and Liftic, and then energy. So we'll set 1 to Liftic, 1 to Arg, and those are building up. We are excavating here. Done. Gonna move the terp this way. And I want to use energy, range, and rate. It's almost always use those same ones. Mine production, of course, sometimes. But build speed and move speed hardly ever get used. There are a couple use cases that might be particularly beneficial. If you want to build a bunch of stuff at the beginning, you actually happen to have enough energy and a free urn. That's probably not that likely, but okay. And then move speed would be potentially good if you've got to cross a long distance, particularly with your porters going back and forth. They would deliver more efficiently if you use that. But most of the time, I think I'd rather use it on something else. Much more beneficial, just have more energy and build more porters if you need more delivered. So, I think we are ready to start going here. I'm going to land these. And what I like them, compared to the Guppies, is that they just sort of, when they drop their load and leave instead of sticking around, they don't actually land on the surface. So the porters themselves, I don't even know if they can be destroyed, but if they can be, it's very unlikely. Oh. Well, that was a lovely waste, but they're just gonna come back and bring more, and I'm really not that concerned about it. Do we have all of our... Yep. Good, good, good. We're ready in place. I want to build some mortars. And I want to build a few cannons. And the towers that we build over here are just going to be for purposes of conducting things around. But I am also going to throw up a pylon, because I'll want to move things quickly. And then we can get a missile up, and a couple snipers. And so they'll be faring back and forth for a bit here, but we'll get underway. I also want to use urns on my mortars, because I don't think it makes a lot of sense, really, to put them on like porters or snipers or cannons most of the time. You can always just add more sniper coverage or build more of most of the other things. For the mortars, they can concentrate their fire within a small space that you're using for the weapons, and that is almost always the thing that I'm going to want the most. So we have our basics in place. It looks very crowded here with all of these packages, but the porter drop-off is going to stay here, and I'm just going to move forward with the rest of the attack. 60k, and I think we're roughly steady now. Perhaps going down a bit on the creeper. Let's go ahead and hop over. There goes some wonderful eggs and other assorted sundries. I just want to be careful, make sure we get protection in place before we get too aggressive. Onward. Okay, so I'm built snipers here as well. And I'll want to put a pylon in each direction and forward. And let's get these earned mortars right up here so they can actually reach their target. Another missile launcher. More mortars. More cannons. Continue ramping up this operation. We don't appear to be having any problems right now supplying. If we do, I'll simply build more things. Okay, so we are slowly lowering it down, but I do think that I want to... Yeah, I'm not going to put any more pylons after this, I don't think. I'll do towers over to the right. And then let's do a sniper. And a cannon. And an earned mortar. Boom, and this is a good time to build them right now, right after they just did that. Let's do it again. There we are. And we'll slide you into place. So now I think just keep adding the pressure on. So we're spreading to the side and we're spreading forward. Tempting to at any rate. Pull some more mortars in range wherever we can. And they're down to 40k. These islands are gradually lowering down. And it's a fair amount of creeper to get to, especially when there's only so many places that we can hit them from. But I think we're just going to be able to cross here before too much longer. I'm going to get a couple more cannons in place. Especially if I select the cannons, not the mortars. Get ready for a landing. And I could capture these islands. I just don't think I'm going to want to, because I think I'm just going to head straight forward. I think we're close enough. Let's go ahead and just land in the middle of all that. We may not all survive, but I bet most of them will. Nope, they didn't all survive. But we're good enough. Okay, so let's get... I didn't build towers across first. That was a mistake. So let's do that. Let's also pylon. That is... Yes, that is connected to this one. Okay. And now that we are stable over there, it should be a simple invasion. Let's leave the sniper here. We'll make more. Okay, let's move some of these out. And I think I want to pull our earned mortars all in here. This is the main battle area. One sniper each direction should be sufficient, I would think. And then another missile launcher just in case. So if we can get this nullified, we will be well on our way. And there's some eggs there as well, so this is going to get a little fun. Let's just hold on. That should be a good place for now. I want to spread out some pylons. Yep, look at those eggs. But we're pounding it plenty. The eggs will not prevail. Dano Siloi will not be denied. 33 eggs left on the map. There's not a whole lot going on over this way, so we are having trouble providing energy, it looks like. Yeah, I think we just need more energy porters. Okay, let's do that. Let's build 2 more. You know what? There's no reason to set them down back there, really. No reason I can't just move them up farther forward. Okay. So with that in place, I think I just want to push out here. There's one obstacle this way. And then I'm not going to bring everything because I want to be able to hold our position, but let's definitely move out. Keep pulling the sniper ahead until it is in range of those eggs. This right here should be good, at least for most of it. Boom, look at all that. Wow. Whoa, what was that? That was weird, it just popped up right in the middle of us. They must have sent an egg at us or something? Huh. In any case, it does not matter that much. Let's move you forward a little bit more. I think there's some of them that are getting away from me. Yeah, this is getting pushed this way. It's weird. It's piling up there on the edge. So, let's nullify here. Oh, we're not quite close enough? Okay. We will be. While that's processing, let's begin moving out this way. The great egg carnage continues, just in a different direction. Might have bitten off a little more than we can chew here. Let's see. That's still nullifying. Everything's going well there. Yeah, we had enough there, but not by much. Most of the eggs are gone. See if we can hold that. And meanwhile, all of you are quite happy. There's nothing going on there. We're going to come back and finish this off. We've got more eggs yet. But first things first. Mr. Sniper, come out that way. A couple more pylons. And all the remaining eggs, I think, are over here. And they're making a big mess. Let's make a bigger mess. Everybody forward. The eggs must go. They must be exterminated. I love the creeper here. How it just bubbles up like that. It's like it's making mountains, and then it dissipates with mortar shells just raining down on it. Okay. It appears that that was the end of most of what they have to do here. Throw up a few towers around here to ensure connections. Bring forward the mortars. And we nullify. Time to get off this shattered world. More eggs exploding. Explode all you want. Here comes our nullifier to end your existence. And there it is. That was shattered. Okay, what do we have here? Archon. It looks like a more inviting world at the very least. Nice and blue. And some green. We'll discover that next time. Thanks for watching.